Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for HorrorBuzz Live, where we will be bringing you the latest news and information from HorrorBuzz and the HorrorBuzz world and the horror world in general. We're going to be having a great show tonight. Eric and Amantha are going to be here talking to us about horror movie night this coming Saturday. And we will be having filmmaker Timothy Stevens, on about his new film, The Ghost Lights, excuse me. And it's super cool. So we're going to be sharing all of that information with you tonight. So first and foremost, what I'd like to tell you to do is, if you love this show, please tell your friends about it. If you like it on the YouTube or Facebook, and subscribe, why don't you? If you like us enough to throw us a little bit of scratch, go over to Patreon. We're on Patreon, HorrorBuzz.com. And let's see here. Also, follow us on Twitter, and that's at horror_buzz. Facebook, of course, you can find us on Facebook, HorrorBuzz Book. Instagram is at HorrorBuzz. We got that one. So, what we're going to start off with tonight, Lindsay is off for the evening, so you're stuck with me for entertainment news. And we actually have a lot of really cool stuff going on. So first off, Max actually gave 2 really positive reviews to some movies that came out this past week. Okay? They are Willy's Wonderland and Psycho Gorman. And of course, he saw those at the Frida Drive-In double feature, and he went nuts over them. He said he loved them. So Willy's Wonderland got an 8 out of 10, and Psycho Gorman also got an 8 out of 10, which is highly unusual for Max. So good job. Next up, we have been also covering Slamdance. Skix, Adrian, Miranda, Adam, and myself have been covering Slamdance, and that is essentially the kind of like the more indie version of Sundance. We covered that before, but this year, because everything's virtual, they separated the events, and we're covering Slamdance now, and that's the edgier stuff, the stuff that is more experimental, interesting, and yeah, so that's what we are covering now. And Miranda actually saw something that she gave a 9.5 out of 10 to, which was Catastrophe Anthem. And it was a 9-minute short about a lady just talking about the perils that surround us and kind of how to survive, I believe. There was also a black rift begins to yawn, and that was 6.5 out of 10. She loved that one a lot. That is kind of a meditative piece. Next, though, I'm going to have to tell you guys, everybody, I think our favorite short from Slamdance this year is called Mountain Lodge. And it is nothing but editing and voiceover and music. And it's all about the Mountain Lodge candle from Yankee Candle Company. And Chris Evans splitting logs like Captain America, and it's just the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. You must see it, and it's great. That is Mountain Lodge, okay? But we're still catching up on some of the other entertainment news. We're going to be sending the newsletter out tomorrow. However, there's another event coming up this Saturday that we need to talk about. And for that, we're going to be bringing on Eric and Amantha. And let's see here if technology is going to cooperate with me this time. Okay, here we go. We're bringing Eric and Amantha in. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's awesome. How are you guys?
We're doing well. How are
you? Doing just fine.
We made that ourselves.
Like from scratch?
Really? Yeah, we carved the whole thing. We carved the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh man.
All of that. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take a class. But
did some spare time this evening before we came on.
You whittled that from soap.
Yes, indeed.
So talk to me, man. What's going on this coming Saturday?
this coming Saturday. We've got something going on, don't we?
Yes, it was on the board.
Yes,
it is horror movie night. We are showing The Shining.
It is our third annual February screening of The Shining.
Yay!
So it's become a tradition here at HorrorBuzz Horror Movie Night. And so it's going to be another drive-in screening with the Frida. It's going to be at their drive-in,
dine out
series in Tustin at the Mess Hall Market. We are very excited about this coming up. It's our usual horror movie night stuff. We'll have a pre-show. We'll have a pumpkin pack giveaway.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you to go over that. What specifically makes horror movie night different from going to see any other horror movie at the Frida?
Well, I would say, first of all, us, because as representatives of horror movie night, we have a really good time doing this, when people come to see come to horror movie night through the Frida, as opposed to seeing another horror movie that's there. We very much instill the excitement and the fun that we're having as soon as somebody shows up. And we do things like greet them. We give them some dum-dums, which is tradition.
One must have a dum-dum.
One must have a dum-dum. We don't care what they do with it afterwards, but you have to take it.
Everybody has to take a dum-dum.
Everybody has to take a dum-dum. We ran out last month, which was great. So that was a good deal. We have to get some more. And I think it also has to do with working with the Frida Cinema and determining what films work for us as a group and them as a group, and how we can collaborate and be able to present these through them. And we have we have a really good relationship with them when it comes to picking films. So we're going to do The Shining, but we're also looking at doing other films that are popular, and maybe some other films you haven't seen in a while that you forgot about horror-wise.
And we turn it. It's not just going to the movies. It's getting together with a bunch of your friends and being goofy and enjoying the brilliant pre-show.
Yes. So we have the pre-show. We are definitely goofy. And then to thank you for coming to our event, one lucky person can win what we call our pumpkin pack.
What?
Ooh, look at that.
Every month we try to find a fun way to give away the pumpkin pack. We've done a variety of things in the past. We gave out Christmas cards one year at a Christmas screening that were all signed by famous characters and horror movie directors and actors and such. And whoever had the card from the director of the movie won that night's pumpkin pack. We've done Easter egg hunts. We've done hunts for Leprechaun Gold.
We get Easter eggs in the theater when we were at the theater.
Yes.
And
you know what? To give our viewers, I don't know, a little sample taste. Maybe we ought to show them the pre-show that a sampling of the pre-show.
Yeah, sure. We've got a mini version of this month's pre-show, a little preview of the pre-show.
Okay.
So yeah,
and this is to play. This is what, a minute long distillation of a half-hour show.
Yes.
That is to play before The Shining this Saturday. So here we go.
Richard Boone stars tomorrow at 3:30.
Go crazy?
Don't mind if I do.
Eat a hot dog.
Just add peppermint to lime-flavored jelly.
Why the flying From Chainsaw Estates, it's the Shining board game.
I'm Shelley Duvall. Hello. I'm Shelley Duvall. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Shelley Duvall.
don't know what sort of cream they put on you down at the morgue, but I want some.
And 69.
My baby buried Applejack just sits and poops on me all day.
Which of these foods makes a quick and delicious snack?
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend,
You're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's car.
This couple is attacked by a lamp monster. Ooh!
Okay, still, that's the pre-show is almost as good as the movie. I would say nearly every single time. So yeah,
it helps make it an event.
Where? Okay, let's the Shelley Duvall dubstep remix. Right. Like where do you find these clips? Where do you find this?
All over the place. It's a lot of fun finding the stuff and putting it together. It's like making an art project, trying to fit all the pieces together.
There are days I don't see him.
Well, yeah, it's remarkable, but I will tell you, there is a certain tradition that we normally have at our Shining events.
Yes.
That unfortunately, due to COVID, we won't be having. Eric, would you like to share with our viewers what you came up with that we do?
Well, as I said before, with the pumpkin pack, we like to find unique ways to give it away each month, and so our tradition with the Shining has been to invite audience members up to the stage for a good old-fashioned jack-off.
I'm sorry, what?
A jack-off.
Okay,
we'll have
meaning
them come up on stage and give us their best Jack Nicholson impressions.
There we go. Okay.
Yes.
When Eric pitched the idea to me years ago, I jumped at the chance. I totally aghast. So unfortunately, we will not be holding our annual jack-off.
No.
But
we hope to bring it back next year.
We will do what we can to bring it next year.
Yes.
We lost a viewer. Somebody had to be offended. Okay, so
they didn't like the popcorn socks.
They sure as hell didn't.
No.
We're also going to be sharing the link to the tickets. Are there tickets left for the event, Eric?
As far as I know, but The Shining usually sells out at the Frida in general. So if there are tickets left, they're probably not going to be available for much longer. So I wouldn't waste time getting your tickets. The last thing I want to mention before we go to is about our Screaming Room short. Every horror movie night, we show a short film from the Screaming Room, the short film festival we curate at Midsummer Scream. And we're going back and showing a film that we showed with our first annual February Shining screening. We're going to bring it back again. It's a short film that we love around here called Goodnight Gracie.
Oh, I love that one.
Yes.
I love that one. It's nice and dark.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
And dark.
Yes.
And the screening.
And the filmmaker Stellan Kendrick will be joining us at the
he's coming?
screening. Yes.
Yay.
Oh, he's so awesome.
He's coming to do a live introduction of the film. So we're very excited about that.
Stellan he's good people. And this is a fun movie. So it's a nice little 5-minute amuse-bouche, if you will, before The Shining. That's spectacular. So thank you so much, Eric and Amantha, for coming on. Thank you for talking about horror movie night. And everybody, get your tickets now. The link is in there.
Yes.
Let's go. We are going to be shining all over the place this Saturday. So
we can't wait to see you guys.
All right. Take care, man. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Okay. Now then. Okay. So our next, let's see here. Our next guest is a filmmaker who reached out to us and said, "Hey, do you want to help us get the word out about this latest project that we have? We just launched an Indiegogo to continue financing, and I said, why don't you come on the show? So here we are. Let's go ahead and look at his trailer first. All right. Let's see, where in the world is it? There it is. Enjoy.
This is Arthur C. Bennett. Today is October 15th, 1978, and the time is 7:52 p.m. I am in the Wild Cactus Saloon in Terlingua, about as far west as you can get without being a Mexican.
When did you first see the lights?
It was 1940. I was 17 and just started working the mines myself. It was awful, grueling work. I remember clearly the sun just dipped under the horizon, and the desert was that unearthly wash of blue accented by the last red shimmers of the dying sunlight. My blood draining from the rocks. A man I recognized stood gaping and pointed at the sky. We all looked, though most of us knew what to expect. But that night, none of us were prepared.
Mario's told me how to see the lights, and he's told me where to go, and I'm going there now. All you had to do was wait. So, here I am, waiting. But remember, bad things happen to those who chase lights.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming filmmaker Timothy Stevens to the show. Timothy, how are you?
Good. How are you, Norman?
I'm well. Thank
awesome.
You so much.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure. We love to support independent cinema and independent horror in general. Talk to me about the Ghost Lights. What's the story, and how did it get in? How did it come to be?
Yeah, so the story follows a journalist named Alex, female journalist. She grew up in Dallas, goes off to New York, gets a job with a big magazine. Her father passes away, and she comes back home. And she's been very estranged from him. And as she's looking through, and I'll actually show you here, as she's looking through his now empty house, she discovers this mysterious cassette tape here labeled
Is that the tape?
That's the tape, the mysterious tape, which you saw in the trailer there. And it is a tape of her father interviewing a old miner from the ghost town of Terlingua, which is a real place in far west Texas, about his experience seeing these strange lights out in the desert. And he's had a very traumatic event with these lights. And so it kind of, in an attempt to post-mortem rectify this relationship and kind of mend this spoiled relationship with her father, she sets out on a road trip across West Texas to discover the truth behind the lights. And some very strange synchronicities happen along the way. We have some kind of like Men in Black, X-Files type stuff in there. And I don't want to give it away because I could tell you the plot pretty quick. But essentially she hits the road and insanity ensues. So
insanity ensues. Well, why West Texas?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm in love with that part of the country. I'm actually, I live in Dallas, but as you know, Texas is enormous. And nearly 700 miles west of Dallas is this area called the Big Bend, which is this massive state park. And it is what you think of when you think of Texas. Honestly, what most people think of Texas, they don't think of Dallas. They think of like these, insane volcanic, mountains with cactus, and everybody rides a horse, and there's tumbleweeds. But actually. I was working on a television show, a documentary television show that really never got off the ground, but part of it was researching this phenomenon called the Marfa lights, which is a real phenomenon in this little town called Marfa out in far west Texas. And there are these weird lights that for over like 150 years have been showing up inexplicably in the desert where there's no highway and there's no ranches. And they move and they dance and they do crazy things. And there's no good explanation for them. So, in that research, I started to really be inspired by that and kind of ask myself, okay, what could these lights be? That kind of became the script of the ghost lights. So there's something more than just lights in the desert, if you could only get up close and personal with them.
Have you ever seen the Martha lights yourself?
Well, so crazy enough, when we were filming, I won't make too long of a story of this, but we had one last shot to get our 9th day. We shot this film in 10 days, which is,
wow.
Crazy. I don't recommend that to anybody, but we were trying to keep things, close and tight for budget and also for COVID, just to, get as few people in as quickly as possible. So we opted to shoot it in 10 days, and you wouldn't know, honestly, from watching it. But so on the 9th day, we were rushing out to Marfa because they've got this Highway 67, which it leads out to where you can see the Marfa lights. That just has this beautiful panorama. The sunsets are gorgeous out in Big Bend, and we were speeding out that direction to get there in time for the sunset, and we had forgotten to remove the fake plates from our picture car, so we got pulled over by a state trooper, and he took he gave us a warning, but he took his sweet time doing that. So by the time we got out to where we wanted to film, it was totally dark, and I was pissed. Like, I got out of the car, like threw my hat out into the desert. And my lead actress, Katriva, who plays Alex, she gets out, lights up a cigarette, and she's smoking. She looks off into the darkness, and she goes, "Hey, Timothy, what's that over there?" And we all look out, and there they are, the Marfa lights.
Wow.
And so it was 1, and it became 2, then it became 4. And they were kind of doing this like back and forth sort of side thing. And you would almost think it was like a lights around a saucer at that point, because they were all in tandem. And then a couple of minutes later, they all split off different directions and started doing arcs and figure eights and, whirligigs, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Wow.
And it was unbelievable. And by no means could it be like headlights, which is like the popular, theory to what they could possibly be.
What? It was swamp gas.
You know what? No,
it was totally. That's all it was.
No, I joke. I've been watching a lot of X-Files, and that's the throwaway on that show. From Scully. It's just swamp gas. There's no swamp out there. It's the middle of the desert.
See. So yeah, that's pretty amazing. So why did you start in Indiegogo, and what do you need?
Yeah, so, we filmed this in October. Like I said, we did it in 10 days with a crew of 4 people, which again is, that's crazy. And I paid for it out of my own pocket. We did deferred payments for our crew, so we only spent about $7,000 out of my own personal savings just to get production done. Which is, again, crazy micro budget. And then, I did the editing. So we picture locked, which means that we're not, fudging around the editing anymore. And so right now what we have left is color, special effects. We have an original score, which you heard a piece of there in the trailer from a brilliant composer called Brandon Moss. And then also film festivals. That's also film festival fees is something we're raising money for. So I'm personally tapped out. I got as far as I could with the money that I put in, and we need to raise about $15,000 to finish the film. And unlike like a GoFundMe, Indiegogo offers perks. So we're giving cool stuff like props from the film, signed posters. I'm not giving this away. I'm in love with it.
No,
so
you
can't
shouldn't.
have it. Sorry. But like the fake license plates that we got pulled over that I just told you about, we'll be giving that away. Are big if you have $10,000 or more to give us. I know I have a secret contact of a guy in Marfa who owns a ranch that will offer a up close personal encounter with the lights. He says from within 2 to 5 feet of you.
Wow.
Yeah. And he doesn't, he offers tours and this sort of thing, but he doesn't really advertise. He's just like an old cowboy on the desert. And I talked to him as a part of that research that I did about the Marfa lights for that TV show that never took off. And I just kind of put him in my back pocket. And I was like, you know what? This would be really cool. And I talked to him actually just last week, and he goes, yeah, if anyone does it, if they make that size contribution, I'll take them out and I'll show them the lights right up in front of their
I'm
face.
actually out at Terralingual right now.
Oh, I can see.
So
wow. It's daytime there.
It
That's
is
incredible.
It's the lights.
It's the lights. That's what it is.
It's what it is. Well, listen, we posted the link on Facebook and on YouTube, and we wish you all the very best with this project.
Thank you.
This is hard. Making the fact that a film gets made is a miracle in and of itself.
Much less in COVID in 2020.
Oh yeah, are you kidding?
Insanity of that, yeah.
So
for sure.
Please keep us posted.
Okay.
On what's going on and the different stages, and we definitely want to see it when we see a first cut.
Awesome. Yeah, we're live right now with the Indiegogo, and it's going through the middle of March. I think like March 16th or 17th. And our big goal we're racing for is Fantastic Fest in Austin. So I think their deadline is in April. So we're kind of racing for that to get it done to submit there. So
you got this.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody, donate.
I'm waiting.
So,
thank you. I appreciate it.
Suddenly the donations
just pouring in through the screen, hitting me in the face.
Again, thank you so much, Timothy, and the best of luck with the Ghost Lights. Everybody, I posted a link. Please contribute to his fundraising, and hopefully we will be seeing you soon at the festivals.
Well, thank you. Hey, one more thing I'll say is that Billy Blair, the miner that you saw that's telling the story, he has the beautiful monologue in the middle of the trailer. He has been in both of the Machete films and also more recently Rob Zombie's 3 from Hell. So
we're not going to hold that against him, but
he's also, he's kind of a horror staple. He shows up every year at Texas Frightmare, and anyway, he's a face that people recognize. And unlike his normal role where he's kind of like the action shoot 'em up guy, this is like a really deep introspective role for him. So it's very exciting. I'm very excited to bring that performance to everybody. So
well, that is
can't wait to share it.
Well, we can't wait to see it. So keep us posted on the progress and how you do with the campaign, okay?
Cool, we'll do.
All right, man. All right. Thank you so much for coming by.
Yep.
Bye. All right, here we are. We are at the end of another HorrorBuzz Live, Eric and Amantha.
Yes.
Do we have any last words?
No, just tears.
Just all of the tears. All of the tears. Well,
just a reminder to get your tickets.
Yes, get your tickets to The Shining. You need to see this hand-sculpted piece of soap art. And yeah, so there you go. All right. Thanks, Eric. Amantha, thank you so much for stopping by and helping me out with tonight's show. And Lindsay will be back next week. So, everybody, thank you for stopping by. Get your tickets to The Shining. Please like and subscribe the video if you liked the show. If you didn't, well, then don't touch any buttons. If you want to join the site, if you want to help us write reviews, we are always looking for somebody to write reviews for movies, games, books, everything. And if you have a project like Timothy did, reach out to us, talk to us. We would love to tell everybody about your work. All right. So here we are, another week, and we wish you all the very best and stay safe out there. And we'll see you in the fog.